What's up, you guys? This is One Classic Gamer here. Welcome you to part 19 of Control. And, yeah, the last two parts of this playthrough are going to be post-commentary videos. Surprise! Not surprise for me, obviously, because I'm the one doing this in the end. And just putting it out for you guys. But anyways, we got a lot to cover here, a lot to cover in a very, very short period of time. You know, these next two videos, the best way I can sum them up is, you know, we're going to be concluding the playthrough finally, obviously. You know, getting everything done, all the miscellaneous stuff done. Yeah, the best way I could sum these videos up is basically not a lot of things to do. You know, actually quite a bit of things to do, but covered in a very short period of time. But the only reason why it's covered in a very short period of time is because most of the stuff that we have to do, like, left in the playthrough at this point is really, really tedious stuff that I had to run around for hours just grinding, and I wasn't going to put you guys through that. I still recorded all of it. I just cut it down, like, you know, immensely and condensed it. You know, this right here, this beginning clip is probably like the longest clip in the entire video. I'm basically showing you guys me winning the crowd control Shroom arcade machine game. Yeah, I mean, most of this video is me, you know, hunting trophies and whatnot, which, if you guys don't know me at this point, you should know very well at this point. I have always been that type of person who just gets super obsessed with not only 100%ing these games, but also getting all of the trophies or achievements, regardless of what console I'm playing it on. I haven't played a game on Xbox, honestly, in a long time. I actually sold my Xbox Series X, not Series X, my Series S for money, which I know is kind of sad, but I needed money yesterday, so we finally fucking beat the arcade game after God knows many tries. So there's the trophy. Here I'm upgrading a skill. You'll see me cut to the skill tree a couple times in this video because I want to show you guys which skills I'm upgrading and whatnot. You know, I have had some people watch my videos and are curious with my play style, so, you know, I like to leave certain things like that in, you know, so if they want to follow me or, you know, kind of pick a similar play style as me, they can. But yeah, now we're going to be getting the niche position trophy in the foundation, which is basically us finding all of these hidden locations in the foundation. There's more of them to find than there are in the AWE DLC. So I used the guide here. I mean, most of this stuff that I had to search for in the game, I used the guide for. I just want to say right now, in the end of this playthrough, I am going to be showing you guys, you know, I mean, by the end of the playthrough, I am going to be showing you guys where all of the hidden locations are in the game. However, there are and have already been a ton of instances where I've come across like a door throughout the oldest house that we need security clearance to get into, and it has like a little, like, one of those, like, you know, treasure boxes in it, but like nothing else. And I have cut a lot of those situations out because me finding those things, because to me those don't really count towards 100%, and after a while they're kind of useless. So me cutting to getting one of those would just kind of be one of those, like, random situations. The only reason why I did it here, why I showed you guys me getting it here, is because this itself is a hidden location here. I'm in the Astral Collision, by the way, if you want to know where I am. Basically, you warp there, like, this is the fast travel point, and you turn to your left and you jump down, basically, and just stick to the left and you'll find that hidden location. I'm not gonna do too much helping out in this video, to be honest, because you know, I really just wanted to get this done and I had to edit through like 6 hours of footage here. So this isn't going to be like, you know, a guide. I always say that in these videos. It isn't going to be like a guide, me helping you guys out, showing you where everything is. It's just going to be, you know, standard playthrough with post commentary, me showing you guys me getting everything basically. So here we're at the collapse department. We're still in the foundation here. Every time you come here, I'm just giving you guys a little bit of advice here, because if you're in the same position as me and you only have like one enemy killed with the whole I forgot what the trophy is called, protective staff trophy, where you have to have your deployed ranger kill at least 5 enemies. Every time you come here to the collapse department, always deploy a ranger there. And I'm telling you right now, there are a few trophies in this game that were just fucking annoying to get. Like, unnecessarily annoying. You know, you're going to see me come back here quite a bit, actually, in this video to the collapse department. But, yeah, like, this was one of them. And, I mean, I'm going to get into it later when we actually get there. But, you know, it's annoying for various reasons, honestly. But, what are we doing here? Oh yeah, okay, now we're about to find a Threshold Kids TV program, so I'm gonna let this play out and let you guys watch this basically. They just had to have their Threshold Kids cameo in this DLC. Like, really? Honestly, I think that's the best one. It's the best one in my opinion because they don't talk. You know, every time the Threshold Kids commercials and all that, the multimedia would come on and I would, you know, put it on so you guys could watch it. Every time they talked, it just made me so uncomfortable. Like, not in like a good way. It was just like, and maybe that was their intention to kind of make you a little uncomfortable and like, what the hell? You know, like Remedy games, they have a ton of that shit in their games. Just like stuff where you're just like, what? You know? So here we are back at the collapse department again. We're finding another hidden location. I thought we were on to another trophy at this point, but we're still doing this. So, yeah, fuck, I'm already losing my train of thought here. So, yeah, what are we doing now? Oh, this is the transit center, I believe, here. There's this elevator here, and basically you're going to hit the button, step off the elevator, jump down, and there's going to be a another one of these prize box things right here. And sadly, I tried to get out of here, but the elevator trapped me, and yeah, end of video. I'm just kidding. No, it's not the end of the video. So I also found a correspondence here. I can't really show you guys where this is because, again, at this point, I'm just trying to get these videos done. And I think we're still in the same area here, but I show you guys the control point anyway, so you know where we are. We're just jumping back and forth here, you know, between different locations that we've been to already. So we're back in the warehouse, and whoops, that was my chair. Now we're getting this trophy, and all of the hidden positions and locations have been found. And now we're on to the, like, Manny Neki, I think that's what they're called, trophy, where we're hunting down all of these, like, little, like, cat statue things. You guys know what I'm talking about. So the first one we're going to do here, on the 5th floor, we're going to take the elevator up to the 6th floor, and every time we pass one of these things, you're basically going to melee it. Don't shoot it, because shooting it will not work. I spent about like 10 minutes here going up and down, up and down, up and down. I was like, why isn't this working? And then finally I realized, like, I replayed the video that I was watching and saw that it was basically just, you have to melee it. Here, when you come down in the basement, there's that valve that we turned earlier on, in the playthrough. The only reason I showed that was because that was like 2 or 3 parts ago, and I myself had forgotten, so I went down there to see if we had turned it or not, and it turns out we have. So you're going to take the elevator up to the 1st floor here, and basically the next, not mannequin, I forgot what these things are called. Like, the little statue thing is going to be right here when you turn the shower on, so... Now what are we doing? I think we're showing off a collectible at this point. So we're fast traveling to... Where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, collapsed apartment. Okay, that's cool. Oh yeah. I guess the reason why I was getting so confused here was because I was using 2 separate guides for the hidden locations and for the Manny Neki statue, so I had to fucking, like, come back to the collapsed apartment, like, 4 times in this video, because there's a statue here that I could have gotten earlier, but I didn't know it was here because, the game, like, is so confusing. Like, I'm telling you, dude, like... sorry if my voice kind of, like, if I sound kind of wheezy. What else is new? But, this game, its environments are just so fucking confusing, and I'm so glad to finally be done with it. Yes, that's right, I actually finished this game, yesterday morning, which I'm just, like, so relieved now. So, we've got some multimedia here.
You're listening to America Overnight, now in its 29th year. Or is it? It is, don't worry. Tonight, we're discussing thrift store oddities and one-of-a-kind finds. Peggy's on the line from Biloxi. She and her husband found a beautiful Himalayan salt lamp at a garage sale. Tell us about it, Peggy.
I'd heard of salt lamps, those glowy rocks you plug in. They're supposed to release negative ions. Clear the air? I got one, only $4, and I put it in our living room. I thought it would look nice there. It gives the whole room this lovely orange glow.
Now, this is usually when the call takes a turn.
It's my husband. When he's in the living room, he won't take his eyes off the lamp. He's obsessed with it. If I turn it off, he gets so upset. He says it needs to stay on no matter what. Last night, I woke up at 3 a.m. He wasn't in bed. I found him in the living room, staring at the lamp. He was smiling. His eyes were open, but I thought he might be sleepwalking, so I shook him. He just kept smiling at the light. Then, he started to speak. He said, every time a reflection reflects itself, it gets a little greener.
I've read that.
And then he turned to me. He was still smiling, eyes open. My husband's eyes are brown, almost black. But the eyes of the man in the living room last night, his eyes were green.
Sounds just like Decatur. Get everything you can out of her, then call HQ. Peggy, I'm so sorry to cut you off there, but we need to go to commercial. I'd like you to stay on the line, though. My producer, Karen, needs a little more information. Okay?
Okay.
America Overnight. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I really like those, to be honest. Those are like, I would say, the closest to Alan Wake's like whole like Night Springs thing, you know. So yeah, I mean, actually, I what I was talking about before, I almost forgot. I finished this game yesterday. I literally stayed up all night, went to work, like, and finally fucking fixed my sleep schedule. I stayed up, went to bed at like 8 p.m. ish, or 9 ish, and then I woke up at like 4 or 5 p.m. or 4 or 5 a.m. And I've been working on this video for like the past 2 hours. I know I'm one of those YouTubers who was always bitching and complaining about editing and whatnot, but honestly, you don't know until you are in my position how fucking tedious this shit can be. But anyway, I actually just decided, fuck it. You know, I would, when I was staying up around, I think, because I knew I needed to get the game done. And I was honestly stressing it out. Like, I was like, I need to just pick it up, start playing it, and just finish it already. Because this last 4 to 5 days has been kind of crazy, or this past week and a half has kind of been crazy with me and my YouTube videos, because I have been trying to wrap this game up, obviously, and finish it for you guys on time, and I'm kind of, I started picking up, I picked up Zelda again, started playing that. I spent about 20 hours getting all of the Korok seeds, which was an immense task, by the way. And since this week is going to be the end of this particular playthrough, I am already hard at work on my next playthrough too. So it's like I've been jumping back and forth between 3 separate games. So I basically just picked this game up yesterday around like 2 or 3 in the morning after watching an episode of Fallout, which I got to admit, Fallout is actually really fucking good, by the way. I'm enjoying that show. I don't really feel the need to binge it, I feel like at a certain point I will, because they're gonna get me with the like a cliffhanger or something. But yeah, like, I've watched the first 2 episodes of Fallout, and honestly, I'm a dum dum, because I thought the whole show was gonna be like another like Last of Us HBO type deal where they release the episodes weekly. I didn't know they were all already up on Amazon. So, when I found that out, that all of the episodes were up and available to watch like pretty much right away, I was like, okay, I am going to watch this show because I want to. I want to check it out. So I watched the first episode, thought it was great. Really, really enjoyed it. Actually, I'm only 2 episodes in, and I already feel like this particular show is better than The Last of Us. The Last of Us TV show. Part of the reason why I don't really like The Last of Us show, whereas everyone else fucking loves it, is because those just aren't my fucking characters, man. Those aren't the characters that I know and love, and honestly, I feel like that show just leaned a little too heavily into, at first, trying to change everything, which I thought was really cool, but then when they stuck to the material and all of the line delivery just kind of felt bland and blah compared to the actual game, where the line delivery and all of that just hits so much harder. It was so disappointing, and trying to explain why you are disappointed with something to people who are never gonna fucking play the game and are always going to love the show and praise it to hell and back is a fucking bitch. I've literally, like, because everyone who knows me knows that I am just a huge hardcore Last of Us fucking fanatic. And if you get me going on The Last of Us, I won't fucking shut up about it, But anyways, I already think the Fallout show is like way better than The Last of Us show. The Last of Us was just kind of disappointing to me in the end. It didn't have an insane ending. It just kind of ended, and it had a really short finale, and everyone forgot about it the next week, and that was it, And yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Last of Us show, and honestly, I'll just say it right now since I have the time and I'm talking about my opinions. I'm going to talk about Fallout because that's what I really want to talk about. But um, the Last of Us show, I'm probably not going to be watching the second season. I'm probably going to skip the second season. I am going to skip the second season, honestly, because I'm just going to say it, and I don't want to be mean or come across as mean, but I don't like Bella Ramsey as Ellie. Bella Ramsey is just not my fucking Ellie, dude. Like, she isn't. I don't know. Like, first of all, she's short, and she's not built the same way. Like, Ellie is also short in the games, but like, you could have probably found another solid actress to play Ellie in the show. Like, and not Bella Ramsey. Like, Bella Ramsey is just like, in the game, Ellie comes across as very witty and sarcastic and also fun and innocent and all of that. And in the show, she's just kind of an annoying fucking brat, for the beginning of it. And then you kind of start feeling for her in the end. Like, I will admit the cannibal episode was really fucking good, but still, it's another thing. Listening to Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey deliver the lines that I've heard a billion times in the game from the actors, the original actors, which did a way better job selling it, in my opinion. If you're gonna do a game show, you gotta do it like Fallout, man. Fallout is perfect because you have completely original characters, original stories. I mean, it's the same mythology, same world, and everything. By the way, this is the reward we're about to get for the Manny Necki statues, and I'm gonna actually let this play out for you guys. I'm gonna hold my thoughts for now. I'm gonna put a pause on that, and when I come back after this, I'll talk about it some more. Oh yeah, we are now officially in the Cat Clan. The Manny Necki clan. Is that what they're called? Manny Necki? I think that's what they're called. Anyways, I just wanted to show you guys that really weird part of the game because I thought it was super strange and just out there. But yeah, like Fallout is great because you have the same world and mythology and everything and lore, but you can do so much. Like, Fallout is a gold mine, honestly, for storytelling. This is a hidden location here, by the way, in Central Research. I just kind of found this randomly, so I cut it in here with everything else. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Fallout, like, so much. Like, I know it's gonna get better and better, and right now I'm trying to stay focused on my work and getting these videos done. But yeah, like, Fallout has just been incredible. Like, the production design, the writing, the comedy, First of all, like, that show is fucking violent. Like, I've seen violent shit. It's a lot more violent than I thought it was going to be. And at times, I feel like it kind of conflicts with the finally we got the supportive staff trophy there. By the way, if you get all the enemies into one isolated location and just run around in circles, you should have no problem getting that. Yeah, I'm not even talking about the game anymore. Jeez, that's how these always go. But like, it's violent, and I feel like at first I felt like it kind of conflicted with the tone, like the humor and everything. It's like you have all this fucking insane shit happening on the screen, and then just comedy, like, or like a comedy or witty line, and then I just had I kind of realized that it was like a black comedy, a dark comedy. Like, it's very dark, and but it's just funny. Like, like the character of Lucy, man, like, she puts a smile on my face every time I see her, honestly. So we got another multimedia here. So I'm gonna listen to this.
Reminder: if the contents of your workspace have been rearranged, removed, added to, or altered in any other way, you should immediately leave the area while speaking to yourself in a reassuring tone. This will not only keep you calm, but also the room. Thank you for your attention.
But yeah, now we're in Blackrock Quarry here. We're going to make our way to the quarry entrance. I did my best to show off the area there for you guys. But yeah, what I was saying is, I love Lucy so much. Like, she's like one of my favorite characters right now. And the fact that she is just like so hopeless, at this point. Like, I've only watched 2 episodes. Like, she reminds me of those NPCs that you see in the game and other games, like other open world games, who are literally just like they don't have any ill will or anything. They're just traveling, trying to get to a destination, minding their own business. It's a nice, beautiful day, and then some asshole comes along, like one of the players, and just like, fucking just fucks them up for no reason. Like, I love those NPCs that are just like completely unaffected by everything else that's going on around them in the game. And I don't know if they're like purposefully, like having that in, like, acknowledging that somewhat with her character, because there's like a scene, like, I can't be the only one who thought about this when I was watching this episode, but like episode 2, there's like this scene where they go to this town, she goes to this town, and there's just like everywhere you look, it's just like every corner, like fucking, someone getting mugged, someone getting robbed, someone getting stabbed, someone getting murdered, all this horrible shit going on. And she's just walking through all like smiling and shit. Like, I wonder if like it's supposed to be somewhat like meta how they're handling her character, because like she really genuinely does seem like one of those NPCs right now that is just completely unaffected by everything around her, and there's just all this horrible shit going on. And like, I love her character. Maximus, I'm kind of like indifferent to right now. He's alright. Like, I can see his story definitely going places, but right now, it kind of took a bit of a turn that I wasn't expecting when, spoiler alert for episode 2, he killed his fucking knight or whatever, and became the knight. Like, he literally just let the guy die, like, because the guy was being an asshole. But then I'm like, as a filmmaker, I'm going back and watching all these little details and whatnot, and I'm noticing that, the entire time leading up to that moment when he just lets him die, you can tell Maximus is looking at this guy, and he's processing, like, the fact that not all of the people who wear, the knight's armor are fucking heroes. A lot of them are assholes and pieces of shit that abuse it and don't really care. And you don't really need to say it, you just need to like let it play out. And then that moment at the end during the conversation where he tells them like knights are supposed to like set a good example or not, like something like that, and you don't deserve this armor. I was just like, damn, like that was a twist that I was not expecting. And seeing him fight fucking Ghoul was, oh my god, great stuff. I'm really looking forward to watching that show more and more. So here basically I just got the platinum, by the way. I didn't acknowledge it. I should have, but honestly I'm just trying to fill out the space at this point. We did the board countermeasures. The board countermeasures, I'm not going to go too into it, but I will say that, You know, they're all of, for the most part, they're pretty simple and pretty easy. If you see a board countermeasure like at the control point, like when you're selecting them, that you don't like, and you're like, no, I don't want to do that. That seems too ridiculous. It's gonna take too long. You can abandon it, and a new board countermeasure will pop up and take its place. So, you know, I kept running into this problem with the board countermeasures in this game where I literally would have to run through the entire area from room to room to room, and sometimes I would run out of enemies and they wouldn't spawn, and it took so long to get all these done. It took like 3 hours to get these done. So my advice, I guess, if you haven't started a playthrough for this game yet and are planning on doing so, is uh, do these along the way. Don't wait until the last minute to do all of these at once, because finding enemy spawns, like, I really legitimately don't have any advice for you guys. It just is like random where they spawn, and it's so annoying because they don't come out as much as you want them to. Here I am done with the board countermeasures, and I'm basically finding some place to grind for the materials to finish upgrading my weapon slots, and we got the corrupted sample there. That was pretty much what we needed left. So you can come down here, and this is one of the few areas where you literally just saw it right there. The enemies will respawn, like, and you can use that to milk this, but for the most part, it's just very tedious. So that's the end of this video. Next time on Control, we are going to finish up everything else. So I'll see you guys then. Peace.